Hey, how's it, everybody? Mad Statter here, Chatter with Statter, 5 p.m. West Coast time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, and 8 p.m. over on the East Coast. That's where we are right now. Wait, we're not on the East Coast, we're on the West Coast, but that's what we're timing as. Yes, that's right, 5 p.m. That's right now, which is why we're starting up Chatter with Statter. All right, it looks like we've got a couple folks in the house. My mods are keeping the channel warm. Got the windows open, the doors wide open, waiting for everyone to come on in. Shock is in the house, Rick is in the house, Elaine is in the house, and it looks like we have no gear today, which I guess says to me that there is probably a gear, but the gear is useless because it just is going to be at 7:20. And I did start it remote at exactly 5 p.m. as opposed to like a couple minutes before or a couple minutes after. And sometimes when I do a couple minutes before or a couple minutes after, we get the gear that actually does stuff. So I still have to wonder, is it coincidence or is it good timing? Is it luck? We just don't know. We just don't know. But we do know that Poppy Shaney is in the house, and it's excellent to see everybody here. Shock, I will be turning on some Lono, and definitely remind me in a few minutes. But before we get to the background music, I've got a couple things that I want to talk about and a video that I want to show that actually does have some sound to it. So rather than wrestling with everything and everything's, I'm just going to need to be reminded when we're done with all the other stuffuses to turn the music up, man, or turn it on, man. It won't be Freedom Rock, man. It'll be Lono. It looks like Darlene is in the house. Kenny from the Cove is also here. Phenomenal. Okay, so I know that not everybody has been around since the beginning, and not everybody has been able to check out Statterbox at the cinema. But a few months ago, it wasn't one of the first videos, but it was one of our earlier videos that we played. We played a movie called Slapshot. Good little hockey movie from the 70s. And some of you might already know where I'm going with this, but when I learned something last night that made everything, it basically made me realize that the universe is just gifting Statterbox at the cinema and the Statterbox crew all sorts of awesomeness. It's all coming together, man. And speaking of all coming together, man, we've got a party from Terry in Scotland coming together. Super awesome, Raiders. We've got Photo Luke in the house. We've got Shock-a-Luck. No, we've already had Shock in the house. We've got C Honda in the house. We've got Terry from Scotland, of course. Penel J coming in with that raid from Terry in Scotland. Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Raiders. So today, we're going to talk about a movie that we saw and how it relates to actual modern day stuff. All right, so you might not know who this guy is, right? Okay. Now, you also might not know who this guy is. But here's the deal. It's the same guy. However, this is what you might know.
There goes Jeff Hansen into the corner. I think it's Jeff. No, it's Jack. It's 17. I'll have to check that later.
Don't ever play Lady of Spain again!
All right, so you recognize that, right? Slapshot. You recognize that guy? Guess what? That was that guy. And guess what? That's what that guy looks like now. And you know what that guy does now? Check it out. He's the organist for the Seattle Kraken. And this is the Kraken's opening. I'm going to let all y'all enjoy this because it's quite the scene. Michael Anthony Smith, good to see you. We are now just going through our Slapshot Kraken connection.
Do not fear the strong winds or angry seas, nor the stormy skies you see above. Fear the creature that dwells in the deep, the ice-shackled Kraken.
This is Chris Daniels of King 5 News reporting. Across the Sound, the waters have been angry. Ominous sightings are being reported from the Tacoma Narrows Bridge up to Port Townsend. Teams from across North America are on their way as more perplexing details unfold. One question remains: what dwells in the deep?
Fans, a legend awakens. It's time to release the Kraken.
Now, welcome to the deep, your Seattle Kraken!
Okay, so that was an awesome flippin' intro, don't you think? Now, I know a whole bunch of people came in during that. So, Michael Anthony Smith, fantastic to see you. I thought you were already asleep, so it's good to see you here. Oh my God, good to see you too. Fantastic you could come on in. Let's see here who else might have popped in during that particular video. Perhaps, I think it might have just been Michael Anthony Smith and Oh My God coming in. And so I know, Rick, right? You're not a techie and you get the green screen videos, but how do they get that video on the ice? Like Shock said, I guess it's the projectors. But what I want to know is how in the heck did the little ice sculpture show up? I mean, was I just so distracted with all the other bells and whistles that I didn't notice somebody rolling that thing out onto the ice, or I didn't notice it dropping onto the ice? Like suddenly it just sort of seemed to have come up from the ice, right? And then it like, the crack and it all lights up. Gotta tell you, man, I am not a fan of hockey, and I think I think you already know how I feel about the hockey prices for this particular team, but I guess if they're gonna have awesome, cool tech like that, somebody definitely needs to get paid for that kind of work, because that was some impressive awesomeness. And so last night I found out that it is the Slapshot key organist that is the organist now for Kraken. He's lived in Seattle for the last 10 years. This is his first professional hockey organist player. When he found out that they were looking for an organist, he just thought, even though I don't have experience, my movie resume might, give me a little bit of an edge. And I guess the moment his resume crossed the desk, the team was just like, oh yeah, we got to have this guy. We got to have this guy. Now, there's one small problem, and that problem is they don't have a pipe organ or a Hammond organ or whatever kind of organ like they normally use. So right now he's just using an electric keyboard player. But seriously, you guys, the Kraken needs an organ. So if you guys have like some kind of hookup and people who for whatever reason might be getting rid of an organ, well, the Kraken might be willing to get it shipped up to Seattle, because they've got themselves a bona fide legend behind the keyboard there. And so Shock saying finding organists is rarely easy, would get one for Aricia every year, and there weren't too many guys to choose from, even in Boston. Okay, cool. And Poppy Shaney, you're watching the Sharks at Capitals on TV while watching you. There you go. Okay, so they need a Hammond B3 with a Leslie. Perfect. If you've got a line on one, Shock, I'd be willing to bet that the Kraken is all over willing to listen to it, or willing to listen to your hints and your connections. That they want it for sure. And so, Darlene, did you already get your package from the Seattle area? Yeah, with your Lono t-shirt, etc. Fantastic. Now, speaking of Lono, I guess we could maybe get this started. And let's see. Okay, cool. Looks like my monitor is telling me that things are happening. So let's see here. What else might I have missed? Yeah, exactly. So this is all about, hockey. And all right, Shock, I'll turn up the Lono just a little bit. And there we have it. So Darlene, I've been off of Twitch for a minute, so I didn't catch any whispers or messages, so I will check that message after the stream. But yeah, so I just thought it was kind of funny when I found out that particular organist was this Kraken's new organist as of the start of the season. It seems as though the whole universe is coming together at the direction of the Statterbox crew. We dictated that Slapshot was a relevant movie for this year. We have dictated that the Kraken are a relevant topic for this year. And lo and behold, the Kraken and Slapshot have merged together, and we have dictated that is a valid merger. It's all about Statterbox at the cinema. It's all about us. We did this, right? That's right. We did this. Yeah, and Kenny from the Cove, he is celebrating the Kraken's new organist from Slapshot wearing his Chiefs hockey shirt. However, he sent me a picture, but I didn't get it up on time to pop it on the stream. But right now we know that Kenny from the Cove is wearing a hockey shirt in reference to Slapshot and the Kraken. That is right. Kenny from the Cove, I can't show the pic. I wasn't able to get it loaded into my streaming software in time. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see that picture. But if you can just envision it the beautiful hockeyness, the logo of the Chiefs, etc., etc. Now, we're still going to be stuck on a hockey zone. This is something that Ann Ware has pointed out to me. And Ann Ware, as we probably know, is from Minnesota. And, you know, we talk a lot about Minnesota, more than you'd think. I mean, what is there to talk about Minnesota? Well, let me tell you, there's a lot to talk about with Minnesota. We've got the Minnesota hot dish. We've got the Juicy Lucy. But most importantly, we've got what's known as the MinneFlowTa. That's right, hockey hair. And we are just talking about you. Literally, your ears must have been burning because I literally just said your name. That is right. We're talking about hockey hair. So, hockey hair is this thing that is celebrated in Minnesota. Celebrated so much in Minnesota that for the last 10 years, there has been a Hockey Hair Awards for the high school tournament that takes place in St. Paul. Now, we're not going to watch the whole hockey hair synopsis, but I did get a little clip of some hockey hair. And so I'm going to hope that this is going to work. And let's see. I don't remember if it has sound or not, but I've got music playing. So think I might, well, let's see what we're gonna do. I might turn down the music, I might not. We'll see what's going on. All right, so, right, hold on. Here we go.
Greetings from Minnesota, home of America's premier high school hockey tournament. Here, there are two competitions at play. One is to decide the state hockey champion. The second is this.
Hello and welcome to the All Hockey Hair team.
The haircut itself, what is it called?
It's kind of the shebang, man. We got everything going.
How big a deal is it to have long hair in Minnesota?
It's a pretty big deal to most people, especially if you play hockey. It's a big part of hockey.
Before every tournament game, each player gets introduced, giving them a chance to show off their coif to everyone in the state. From this came an idea in 2011.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2011 All Hockey Hair team.
That's right. This is the All Hockey Hair team, an annual online video ranking the most glorious flows at the state tournament, judged and voiced by an unknown hockey hair connoisseur.
You look at this hairdo, it's just solid all the way through top to bottom. You see no product in this at all, just dry and feathered.
And in the world of the mushroom, that is a portobello, my friends.
To this day, no one really knows who puts it on. There's no tells on the videos where the guy might be from, whether the guy was a hockey guy at all.
This is the Hornet's Nest from Ben. Got a couple samurais this year. Love the hat.
With each edition, the video's popularity flourished. The All Hockey Hair team became a Minnesota phenomenon.
Would you like to be on the all hair team?
Oh, I'd love it. Yeah.
You would love it?
I think it was one of my goals for this year.
As Minnesota's finest follicles descend on St. Paul, the on-ice competition promises to be fierce. As for the hair, well, just see for yourself.
Your hair, what's it called? Do you have a name for it?
I just call it the mully, but a lot of the other guys call it the Barry Melrose.
Oh, I like that.
I try to pull it back.
That's good.
It's called a mop.
That's called a mop?
Yeah.
Now, why is it called a mop?
It's kind of looks like a mop draped over my head.
Straight grease is what my friends call me.
Now, why is that?
Because I play greasy and my hair is really greasy.
This is actually permed hair.
That is permed hair?
Yep.
My hair is
not
really
naturally
greasy.
curly?
No, not this curly.
I'm glad you came on. It's on national TV. That's a good deal. Why do you deserve to be on the team?
Well, I made a lot of sacrifices for sure.
What are your sacrifices?
Half my eyebrows.
Good point.
That was a hard one.
Yeah, eyebrows don't grow as fast as people think, do they?
No, they don't. Kind of just realizing that.
The primping and preening is all to impress this guy, the mastermind behind the all-hockey hair team. For all these years, he's remained anonymous, an enigma, until now.
My name is John King.
What do you do?
I make the Minnesota State High School all-hockey hair team.
A native Minnesotan, John is actually a 42-year-old marketing executive, a married father of 2, and the proud owner of a great head of hair.
It's a big part of our culture, hockey hair. I mean, having good flow goes a long way, as you know. I think it just was like, let's see the best. All right, it's time.
The all-hockey hair team is a family affair for the Kings. And with every strand in place, it's finally time to see who makes the cut.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh!
Yeah, I like that. That's a strong start for Willie.
And that's Willie. Nice work. Love the red mouth guard.
Whoa! That's my guy. That's Charlie.
Hey, that's Ogie Oglethorpe.
Charlie.
Look at the crazy eyes. Oh my God.
That's a mop. That's a mop.
Senior forward number 9, Jake.
This is my guy. This is my guy. Jake.
Oh, damn.
He's the greatest.
Woo! I want a bobblehead of him.
The Excel Center has a power meter. They better get a Kenny Powers meter. Look at this guy.
27, Daniel Sandberg.
Oh!
I like it.
Woo!
At number 1, I'm sure this will be controversial, but hockey's a team game, and what Burnsville did special. Look at this, all in a row. Burnsville, love ya.
Well, that's the news from Minnesota. Another state tournament in the books, and another flock of flows immortalized.
Hockey and great hair goes together like peanut butter and jelly. It really does.
All right, let's get back organized. Let's get everything organized again. I had to turn some things off. Now I had to return some things back on. Excellent. So, yes, like we've realized over the span of Chatter with Statter, Minnesota has a lot more to offer than one might think. It's more than just tater tot casseroles and Juicy Lucy hamburgers. That's right. They have got the hair action on point. MinneFlowTa. That is how that goes. And I thought I would share with everyone that beautiful tradition that Minnesota seems to have. As said in this video, this tradition's been going on since 2011. And so if you want to check out like all of the year's videos, all of the hockey hair teams for the last decade or so, by all means, do a YouTube search. They're all there. The one from, I think, the 2021 video, I was going to show it, but then I saw this one and I was like, oh no. Hold on.
9 girls that have played Division 1 and 7
Oh
boys.
no.
Division
Hold on. Let's see here. Is the audio issue better now? Let's see. So, testing audio. The audio is no longer an issue. Okay, I know what the problem was. Thanks for that heads up, guys. Thank you, Anne. So, yeah, eMusic, I wonder if they started growing their hair first because it's so cold during the winter. Well, I think it was Anne that said the reason for, like, the long in the back is to keep your neck warm. Yeah, the mullet is good for that. And so, Medium 7 Up, good to see you. We were just talking about hockey hair and the MinneFlowTa, and all of the hair hockey squads for the last decade. You can find them on YouTube, the recaps. They're like, you know, maybe 10 minutes long for each year, and they're a gorgeous exhibition of flowing locks and mullets like you have never seen since the 1980s. And this year's 2021 team, the video is actually quite cute. Some of the things that they do, but like I said, the this particular video that I decided to show, I thought it was sort of it explained the concept of the hockey hair team a little bit more than just really multiple audio. Well, I do have the music going. Is that the problem here? No. All right, hold on.
All outdoors. 40
So,
below zero. Wind chill, probably. We didn't have wind chill, thank goodness. And we'd stand on the banks and look down on the hockey.
My dad Cal had a lot
What
to do
is
with
going on? All
why
right,
we're
well,
here today.
how about this? Okay, so, all right. I don't know, but see, now we can't listen to music. I hate it when my OBS does weird things like this. You can hear talking. All right, hold on. Let me, I gotta do something here. Okay. I don't know what the problem is or why things are doing what they're doing, but let me see if I do this. All right, no. All right, weird. Okay, so all right, so we're not going to get any Lono music tonight because my technology is doing something weird. That's basically it. What is happening, and I don't know why it's happening, is the voice. Yeah, well, yeah, I know I did. See, what happens, okay, so, all right. What happens, Shock, is sometimes, but not always, like at the beginning of the stream, this didn't happen, but now it did since I did weird things. Yeah, and there will be no Lono, because here's the deal. My, the channel that outputs the music sometimes also outputs my mic. If I have my mic plugged in when I turn on OBS, the mic will feed through two channels, the mic channel and the output in this other audio channel. If I don't plug my mic in before I turn on OBS, then it won't. So I've learned not to do that. But then occasionally, midstream, it decides to start feeding through that channel again. And I don't know why. So unfortunately, I don't know why. And so basically, if we want to have music, we're going to have double feeding of my microphone channel. And, you know, that's just not what we want. So no background music today, thanks to technical difficulties. It's what happens when I try to get too fancy, I guess. I was showing too many videos, too many sources, too many thingamabobs. I don't really know what the problem is, but yeah, no Lono today. Habut. Exactly. So let's see here. Well, yeah, Vanilla Coke Pepsi, a lot of hockey up in the Great North, hence the Minnesota stuff. And then I'm going backwards to see if I missed things while I was having some issues. And where is my YouTube player still open? Yes and no. No, it's not, in the sense that my YouTube player never was open. But whoops. But now I've actually gotten rid of the source completely out of my OBS, which was why we just had a weird thing there for a second, but oh well. Yeah. So, Darlene, you're right. I need to get together with Shock. She said she might be able to help for sure. Problem is, it is, I know. And where it was worth it for that glorious hair on ice. That is exactly it. Yeah, Darlene, see, here's the deal. And I was kind of complaining on some Discord channel the other night about this. So I manage a tax office, and, I work doing that. And then I do the stream. And so there's like only so much I can. My bandwidth is only so wide. And so tackling tech problems are kind of getting pushed to the back burner right now. And quite literally, from now until like mid-April, it's embarrassing to say, but the show is going to be kind of half-assed. It's not a whole lot of progress is going to be made on the technological fronts. Not a whole lot of progress is going to be made on video editing skills, even though I would love to. In fact, I would much rather spend my time learning the technology and the video editing skills rather than the tax work that I'm doing. But the thing is I like to have a house to live in. And as much as I love the biddies that all y'all give me, Andre and Kenny, I'm looking in your direction right now. Thank you for throwing down the 100 and 200. But the reality is, managing the tax office is what pays my bills. So I actually have to do that. I'm going to do that. But in doing that, it just sort of means that we're gonna have some hiccups, just like right now. And it's just like, well, we usually get to have Lono, but today Lono does not get to join us, so that is unfortunate. But there you have it. And I'm so glad, Pocolati, we're just happy to be chatting with you, and I'm just so happy that you guys show up to chat. I just can't even imagine where we would be if there wasn't as many we's of us in the room as we are fitting in right now. It looks like Kenny from the Cove just gifted a sub to Pualani Local and JY Gant. Thank you so much, Kenny from the Cove, for that generous donation. And Terry in Scotland, you're humming a Lono tune in a half-ass fashion to fit the mood. Exactly. There we go. Now, I will actually throw this one out. And I don't know if this is a combination of a couple different ideas. Oh, Sionda, thank you so much for the 200 biddies. Oh, it looks like there's a hype train that's incoming. Woo, woo. Okay, so I don't remember if it was Shock or if it was Rick. And I think it might have been a combo of the two. I think Shock suggested a half a hiney emote. And then Rick was like, well, what about like a donkey, a jackass, but like a half and a half, a front half and a back half. And I like the donkey idea a lot because then people will be able to know what it is. So if anybody, and this is not even a request that needs to happen, but if anybody does have any kind of graphic designing inclinations to create a little front half of a donkey and a back half of a donkey, so we can have two emotes and we can have a half of an ass, either front half or back half, whichever one you feel like throwing, or both, I would be super stoked because for, like I said, the next 3 or 4 months, the show might be a little half-assed, and so we might as well embrace it. And it looks like we've got Darlene throwing down another 200 biddies, and where 200 woo woo, and Andre throwing down, I'm gonna say 400 biddies. You guys, thank you so much. Oh, we're already on a level 2. Wow, you guys, awesome. We skipped right over that level 1. Yeah, so Kenny from the Cove. Wednesday would just be Monday's ugly sister without me. We no, it's not me, hun. It is everybody here. So Andre, you're on a BART train, so you can't hear me. Well, you can't hear me say this, but thank you. Yeah, Darlene, I thought that sounded like a really great emote idea too. And honestly, I really want to think, I really, really want to say it was Rick that came up with the front half, back half donkey idea. I'm 99.9% sure that Shock was the one who came up with the half-assed idea for the emote, but I think it was Rick that suggested the donkey. And I'm telling you, dude, like, this is what we need the Statterbox crew for, because it's a work of art that is everybody's creation. Cannot depend on me for creative thinkings, but we've got a whole bunch of minds here that have ideas that scatter, and sometimes they scatter in the exact right place. And I think that Rick sort of scattered right into the right corner. Looks like Andre's thrown down another 300 biddies, so thank you so much, Andre. And exactly, Kenny from the Cove, Statterbox crew is full of some awesome folks. And yeah, it's a Pocola Tea, that's exactly it. It's a half-arse collaboration. That is it. Yeah, and I'm not, what is that saying? I'm not half fast. I'm not totally slow. I'm just half fast or something like. Oh, I don't remember what it is. It's funnier than when I said it. But that is precisely right, Darlene. Everyone is a part of this endeavor, and so if you do have some abilities or inclinations for creating the half-assed emotes that we could use for this particular stream, be sure to send them to madstatter@gmail.com, and I will be forever grateful. Now, if nobody wants to take on this project, that's fine, because you know what? The stream, it's half-assed. It's all good. No worries. No worries at all. And especially no worries, because we've got like 500 biddies coming in from Kenny from the Cove, and Ware's thrown down another 200 biddies. It is just phenomenal. And so, and Ware, the file format the graphic needs to be in is a PNG. But quite honestly, and it's supposed to have like a transparent background, etc. But quite honestly, it does need to be square. It needs to be perfectly square. And ideally it needs to be a PNG, and it needs to have a transparent background. That being said, if you don't create it with those exact parameters, I can probably take the graphic and fix it so they do have the right parameters. And if you are interested, for instance, Anne, I can actually send you a copy of the very specific emote guidelines that Twitch requires. So if you are thinking that you wanted to take on this project, then I can hook you up with the parameters, or actually you can also just Google like Twitch emote parameters or whatever, and it'll take you to the screen of, it needs to be X by, it can't be more than, I think, like 1200 by 1200 pixels or what. I don't remember the exact parameters, but they do have a set of instructions that are online. And if you don't feel like looking them up online, just hit me up with an email and I can spoon feed the instructions to you. So, and as Shock says to Anware, it's actually not that difficult. And I will agree, because I've actually created a couple emotes thanks to the help of Shockalock and Option. Option and Shock are definitely the reasons behind any of the emotes that I've created. Both the jankiest and the awesomest are thanks to Option and Shock and the learning that they have exposed me to. And trust me, if I can do it, I really feel like anybody could do it if they put their mind to it. So let's see here. And yeah, half Eeyore sounds like a good plan, except for, as Rick says, the copyright issue. So, let's see here. Yeah, Penel. Okay, cool. I can hook you up with, I can hook you up. Well, actually, hold on. Because I'm going to forget everything, I'm going to I'll send Prell and Ann Ware the emote specs, and anybody else, if you want to take a crack at this, then by all means let me know and I can send you guys the specs too. Now, let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, thank you. What was it that you said? It was, I'm not half slow. What is it? I'm not half, goodness gracious. It's not slow. It's not fast. It's half fast. That's what I was trying to say. See, Kenny knows what I was talking about, even if I didn't say it right. And yes, Shock, Winnie the Pooh and the associated characters did just come out of copyright, sort of. The characters that came out of copyright are the original ones, the ones from the books. The Disney version that we all know with the red shirt and all the Disney cartoons, those are still very much under copyright. So Winnie the Pooh is half-assed with the copyright situation. Really, Winnie the Pooh is kind of where we should be, right? But yeah, Winnie the Pooh is sort of not really, it is out of copyright, but it's also not. And yeah, the haha, I did get the haha. I got the Prell logo. Twitch seems to be pretty lax about that situation, but I don't know if Disney is as lax, and it's Disney that is really, I think we all know, is the bear in the room. So thank you, Ann Ware, for the other 100 biddies, and I think that Andre threw down 300 more biddies. So thank you, Andre, for the 300 biddies, and Kenny, thank you for the other 300 biddies, and yeah, Shock, exactly. So just use the original Eeyore. Precisely, yeah, it's definitely doable. Oh goodness, thank you so much, Andre. Whoa, I don't know what just happened. Oh, is that a new emote that... I don't know what just happened on my chat screen. It looks like maybe there's a new emote that's being sent, but it looks awesome. It's George Floyd, I believe, or something. I don't know what just happened on my screen, but I like it. And Andre, thank you so much for the other 300 biddies. And yeah, so yeah, the original ER totally is legal. But the like I said, the Disney one is definitely not one that that I want to be arguing with. So oh, that's what that was. Okay, well, let's see here, mods. I don't know if you want to handle that, but it looks like it's been handled. So thank you very much. Don't know who did it, but thank you for taking care of that. It was kind of a neat little piece of graphic art, but I don't know what is embedded in that graphic art. So maybe just, take that off the chat, shall we? Yeah. Rick, maybe just erase a few of Eeyore's features and let it fly. Well, actually, sort of, I guess that is sort of the I don't really know what the difference between the Eeyore of Disney versus the Eeyore of the books. What the cartoon or the don't know what the differences between the illustrations are, but I do know that the red shirt is something that is the Disney Winnie the Pooh. And as long as you don't have the red shirt, you're probably going to be okay with Winnie the Pooh. So I'd be willing to bet that there's probably something equally close. There's something that's iconic Disney Eeyore that as long as that's removed, we might be okay. But what is it? That's it's like, is the button cross-eyed or cross-threaded instead of whatever? I don't know. I'm not quite familiar enough. And you know what though? It doesn't really matter because there's plenty of other donkeys that we can use as as inspiration for our half-assed endeavor. And because really the last thing anybody wants to do is get, as I refer to them, the big D, I refer to them like that for a reason, because they are not afraid to go after you, and they can be kind of about it, right? So so we'll always want to stay safe and not really poke the beast of the Disney. I know that we've shown more than one Disney movie. Shh, don't tell them. But you also might know I take that off the internet right away. So there's, what is that camping saying? Leave no trace. Well, there you go. And where, you bring up a good point. You wouldn't really want to chop up Eeyore for half-assed, because let's face it, Eeyore has enough problems already. That is very true. That is very true. So Andre, it looks like you can, well, folks, I can see that a beautiful twig blight in Oakland from the elevated from the elevated BART tracks. I'm assuming he means beautiful twilight, not twig blight. Then again, we're talking about Oakland, and so anything goes. Maybe Oakland has a bunch of twig blight right now. I'm going to say it's twilight, though. That's right. Twilight. That's what I'm going to call it. Yes, exactly. That's Kenny from the Cove taking a reference from the movie The Ref, when he says Big D can be kind of garnish when they come after you. And yeah, if we were watching the dream interpretation sequence of The Ref, you'll know exactly what the garnish is. Yes, it could be considered a big D. So, let's see here. All right, cool, Andre. Your stop is coming up, so we'll have to chat again. I'm so glad that you were able to hang out, even if you couldn't hear us. It was great to see you. I wish that you could hear us, but I guess you'll catch it on the rerun, so you'll see what it is that you missed. And let's see here. And where so fun chatting with you all last night. Your stomach is still aching from all the laughter. Yeah, isn't it weird how sometimes you can laugh so hard that you end up, seriously, like Shock just said, you end up with like an ab workout. Your stomach muscles actually are exhausted from laughing so hard. I love it. I love it when that happens. Although, I also hate it when that happens, because sometimes when that happens, you still can't stop laughing even though it hurts. And, sometimes laughter can almost be torturous. I mean, the best kind of torture possible. But, if you're trying to tell a story that's like a really funny story, but the story just cracks you up so much, you can't even get the words out to tell the story. And then people are just like, that's really not a funny story. And you're just like, but it is. I just can't stop laughing enough to tell you the story. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Kenny is going to be compiling, I guess, the Statterbox code book is what it is. But yeah, and I'll be the first to admit though that garnish one, that was not me. That's a movie reference, and a little bit obscure if you don't hang out with us. But we're all about the obscure references. Why do you think the very first emote was a Prell dot, for goodness sake? I mean, who knows what's going on with a Prell dot? We do. That's right. And actually, for those who don't know what's going on with the Prell dot, just in case, the little green dot that's in my emotes is actually a shampoo. It's a dot of Prell shampoo. And when you do something naughty and we want to wag our finger at you, we might sick the Prell on you. And so that is what the Prell dot is all about. It's all about washing your little fingers off with soaps because you did something bad. And by the way, it's always done with love and care and let's see here and giggles. It's not It's not intended as a real punishment. It's sort of intended as a threat of real punishment because, you see, one day there was this gentleman named Rick who happens to have a lovely wife named Darlene. And Rick and Darlene got into a conversation that I did not agree with. Rick claimed that there was no difference between any shampoos. And at that point I said, oh, well, if you think that, then I'm going to sick the Prell on ya. That's right. I'm going to sick the Prell on ya. Because if you want to know what can happen to hair with some shampoos, Prell is that shampoo. It will degrease. It will de-everything. It will de-hair your hair. And so we finally wagged our finger at Rick, and Rick said, okay, I guess maybe there's differences. And so I don't know if Rick still agrees or if he was just saying it. But that's how the Prell situation came to be. So if you ever get green dots thrown at you, just know that those green dots are thrown with love, and perhaps a little ha-ha, because that's what we do here. We go ha-ha, and we throw Prell dots at you. That's right. Darlene knows what's up. Darlene helped found this Prell club that we've got going on. That is right. Now, let's see here. Otto the bus driver speaks Statter-esque fluently. Oh yeah, totally, dude. No, or maybe Statter speaks Otto-esque fluently. Otto's been around. I mean, I guess I've been around longer than Otto, but Otto's been around for a long, long time. And let's see here. A club made out of Prell, we could approximate it in green glass. Oh, that would be really pretty, actually. Oh no, Rick, the truth is coming out. He still doesn't see the difference between shampoos. We're gonna have to sick the Prell on you. We're gonna have to sick the Prell on you. Now, Picola T, do you suppose Prell gives you hockey hair? I don't know about that, but I would be willing to bet that after a hot, sweaty game under that helmet, Prell might be exactly what you want to clean off all the grease. And oh, there we go. And wore the Prell Awards Green Sea Glass Trophy. I love it. I love it. Oh, it looks like Mariana has just popped on in. Oh, there we go. Aloha, Mariana. Did not see you until just now. Good to see you here. We were talking about hockey and then hockey hair. Now we're talking about Prell and whether or not Prell is good for hockey hair. I would be willing to bet that Prell is okay for hockey hair as long as they do a good conditioner afterwards, because Prell is kind of a harsh cleanser. That being said, sometimes you need a harsh cleanser, which is why we use the Prell as a threat, because it's a harsh cleanser. Do you need to wash your mouth out with soap? Do you need to wash your fingertips off with soap because you typed something that you shouldn't have typed? Well, we might sick the Prell on you. That's all. That's how that works. Oops. All right. Apparently I don't know how to drink soda or drink water. Sorry about that, guys. So, and where if you saw some of those guys, they don't use enough conditioner. I agree. And it really pains me sometimes when I hear of men with long hair and their hair care routines. I really am amazed that they sometimes still have hair on their head. You know, it's just like, really, you just use a bar of soap as shampoo. Wow, that, I mean, it's kind of painful for me to hear that. Because it's like I condition my hair before I shampoo my hair, and then I condition my hair after I shampoo my hair, and then I have leave-in conditioner, and then I have product, and then I have protein treatments, and I blah, blah, blah. And then this dude over here who's got better hair than I do is like, well, yeah, I just use a bar of soap. Really? All right, then. Yeah, well, no, Shock-a-Lock, you have some shampoo that comes in a bar and it is super harsh. No, I've seen those shampoos, and that's good to know because I was wondering about those shampoos. I like the idea of those shampoos because they don't come in a plastic bottle. Super awesome. But no, when I say a bar of soap, I mean a bar of soap, like the kind that you wash your body with. Not shampoo bar soap, but just like, Ivory or something. And on what planet do you use that? Well, apparently on this planet. And exactly, dude. Was it Picola Tea? Crisco conditioner might be a good antidote to Prell. I agree completely. I agree completely. And if you overdo the Crisco in your hair, the Prell will be able to take it out. So it's good one for the other. They're coming at you from both ends for sure. Rick, hockey players are too tough for Prell. They probably just use the bar soap. I'm telling you, dude, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, really, I wouldn't. I would love to say that I would love to be surprised, but no. Yeah. Yeah. Rick. Rick, well, I never buy shampoo at the bar. All right. Mariana, honestly, anybody, for as much of like a hair geek as I am, I'm not a hair product snob. And to tell you the truth, Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine, I have dry hair, and the Sleek and Shine is really moisturizing without being too weighty. And so for my particular hair type, I actually really like Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine. The Sleek and Shine not brand, but label, the variety, I guess, because Garnier Fructis has a bunch of different shampoos and conditioners. Sleek and Shine is the shampoo and conditioner I like to use. And you literally can get them at any grocery store, any drugstore. You will not find them at a beauty supply store because they are ghetto. I mean, they're not expensive. They are unfancy. And so, that's what I use. But even though I have a very specific routine, it's not hoity-toity products at all. And Shock, actually, mane and tail, to tell you the truth, I've never used that before, but I've known plenty people with crazy long hair that swear by mane and tail. So I'm not going to say not to wear it or not to use it. It sort of strikes me as a little weird to use horse shampoo on your own hair. But I've been told that it's actually really good shampoo. So I'm not surprised that you have good results with it. And let's see here. Pinnell, at camp, we washed hair in the lake using bars of Sunlight soap. I don't know what Sunlight soap is, but it sounds like you might have needed to condition your hair afterwards. For sure. Yeah, and Rick, exactly. We got that same stuff at our Farm Fleet store here and used it a long time ago. Yeah, even though seriously, you can, I don't know how it got to be, but Mane and Tail is one of those few products that you can literally buy at the grocery store or the feed store. And how many products? I know a lot of farm folk use farm products for their own selves, but it's usually like a little backcountry rural hick secret. But this Mane and Tail thing, like even city folks use it. It's just like, how did it get to be so ubiquitous even amongst the city folk? I guess it must be good is I guess what it is. So yeah, Mane and Tail, not at all surprised that you see it at the feed store. I see it at the grocery store in the shampoo aisle. Medium 7-Up, you got to be honest, you used to be a 3-in-1 kind of guy. Yeah, a lot of dudes are. And when you've got shorter hair, you can get away with being a little more harsh to your follicles because you're going to be cutting them off. But, when you've got long hair, your hair at the end of your hair is multiple years old at that point. And so you kind of need to take care of it and baby it a little bit. So when I see dudes with super long hair And they're just like, yeah, I just use, Dial antibacterial soap. It's just like, how does your hair not break off an inch from your head? So there you have it. Well, yeah, okay, Kenny from the Cove. Yeah, sometimes you do need to use the Dial antibacterial before your Head and Shoulders, to get the grime, as it were, but I would be willing to bet that if you used Prell, you probably would have gotten the same effect. Yep, it always comes back to Prell. And you're a Garnier Fructis sniffer. I'll tell you what, I really enjoy the smell of the Garnier Fructis because it's kind of a unisex smell. It's not really flowery. It's certainly not musky. It's sort of a light scent, it's not too perfumey. And so, one of the reasons why I like Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine is for the smell. Also, I like how it works on my hair, but I will say, if I liked how it worked on my hair, but I couldn't stand the smell, I would not use it. Because, your hair, it's kind of near your nose. Or my hair, it's kind of near my nose, at least. Yeah, Shock, exactly. You can get mane and tail at the grocery store. You can totally do that. Oh, hey, Devin, how you doing? We are talking about the origins of the Prell emote here on our chatter. And then it sort of devolved from there. You can judge that. Yeah. So Mariana, you're always experimenting with different hair care products. You have hard water, so your hair is pretty dry. Yeah, hard water, dude. That one is a tough one. And you probably, okay, Mariana, you already know this because you've got long hair, and I'm 99% sure you already know this. On the off chance that you don't, I'm going to tell you this. Because you have hard water, you're probably going to want to use a clarifying shampoo every once in a while. Basically, a clarifying shampoo is a very harsh shampoo, maybe like Prell, but what it helps to do is it helps to strip the mineral deposits that your hard water is putting into your hair. I think, what is it? Chelating, I think, is also another term for the kind of shampoo that you want to use. Every once in a while, not often, not all the time, but like once a month, once a week. I don't know how often you wash your hair. I don't know. But every once in a while, you're going to want to, strip those minerals that have gotten onto your hair because of the hard water. And then your other shampoos and products and conditioners and things will work a little bit better if you do that occasionally. So, Devin, all right, see? Devin's right there. Super long hair. What did Devin use? I use mane and tail religiously. Exactly, man. Devin, I'm telling you, the mane and tail is definitely a fact, or it's one of them rural secrets that the city folk know all about, and they and it has, the use of it has spread to long hair everywhere. What does mane and tail? That's funny, Terry, in case you really are asking, though. Mane, like a horse's mane, and tail, like a horse's tail, are the mane and tail that shampoo is referring to. So, let's see here. And where you need a haircut, it's far too long. It's a pandemic due. Yeah, actually, the hair is up today for a reason. It was not in a cooperative mood. And I think in the last 2 years, I've gotten my hair cut once. So it's probably time for me to make an appointment again. Yeah. Yes. Let's see here. Yeah, Devin, I bet you do know a lot about shampoo. You've got enough hair to choke a rhino. That's funny. Okay, so Picola tea here. Let's see here. We use Love, Beauty, and Planet. Super hydrating, but not very heavy and good value. Get it at Walmart or online. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. See, and that's the deal, because I've got really my hair, curly hair in general is drier. longer hair in general is going to be on the dry side, at least on the ends. And then my particular hair is actually like the individual strands are remarkably fine, thin. They're not like thick hairs. And so because the individual strands are fine, I need to use a hydrating shampoo, but some shampoos are just heavy and oily. And so, it's hard to find that balance of super hydrating, but not heavy and oily. And then a good value, I'm all over that as well. So, I'll have to look into the Love and Beauty. I'll have to see if it passes the sniff test, basically. Because as Ann says, I buy my shampoo based on the smell. Yeah, I don't necessarily buy it based on the smell, but I keep using it based on the smell, for sure. Yeah, oh my God, now shampoo and hair care reviews. This is how the chatter scatters here at Chatter with Statter. We talk about everything and anything and really nothing in particular. I mean, I don't think there's one topic today that we've covered that has been of global importance or anything that, that is life dependent on it. But we sure have talked about a lot, haven't we? Okay, OG Sumo Vibe, good to see you and the Yum Yum Boy showing up strong. And let's see here, Rick, you're all toasty for the night. Good. Got your window shields up. Yeah, you definitely need to, with the negative Nellies that are in the Wisconsins. And when I say negative Nellies, I don't mean people, I mean the temperatures. It's like under 0 degrees there. Let's see here. So, okay, you use the deep conditioning mane and tail shampoo and Garnier Fructis. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, Garnier Fructis is a ghetto brand. I mean, it is not fancy at all, but it's kind of good stuff. Okay, so she knows about the brand of shampoo that Quality is talking about, and you like the Ylang Lang. I can't say that word very well. You like that scent? Okay, cool. So it sounds like it sort of has more smells than just one flavor or scent. That's the word. Cool. Okay, cool. So Kenny from the Cove, you're rocking a Jason Statham cut these days, so no more products, only a small dab of Head and Shoulders, and you don't even have to comb it. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Jason Statham, yeah, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna comb it? It's like this tall. There you go. And you didn't know that, Mariana? Well, good then. I'm glad to maybe clue you into that. Colty Devil, we are talking about shampoo and hair care, and I know that it's a very, very silly topic, but we talk about a lot of silly topics. Well, Colty Devil, what is the problem? Why can't you find the shampoo that's for you, sadly? Is it too stinky? Is it too oily? What's going on? I don't mean, is your hair too stinky? I mean, is the shampoo too stinky? What's up? Maybe the Chatterbox crew can come up with some recommendations for your shampoo troubles. Because Lord knows we've already got, we've got the, we've already talked about Prell. We don't really recommend Prell. And then we've talked about mane and tail, which is for horses, but people love it too. And people have loved that forever. And then of course the Garnier Fructis, and then shoot. I don't remember, which one it was that Picola T was talking about something. So I'm not going to tell you about that one, but that one was from Walmart. And the ones you have just gets rid of your natural oil, and that's a no-no. Oh, right. Yeah, no. Yeah, you got to have the ones that don't strip it too much. I mean, occasionally a good hair strip is good. Like I was talking to Mariana about, every once in a while, you do want to strip your hair of all the mineral deposits when you've got hard water, etc. But that's just like very rare situation. So yeah, let's see here. Culty Devil, do you use Prell shampoo? Prell would strip the natural oils for sure. There we go. Love and Beauty and Planet products. That's what it is. And so that's another brand that you perhaps could try Colty Devil. And oh, good. I'm glad to hear that you don't use Prell, because we definitely do not recommend Prell here. We use Prell as a threat. And do they sell those in Canada? I don't know if they sell. Honestly, I don't know. But Garnier Fructis is a nationwide. Garnier Fructis is, I believe, an international brand. Like, it's not, I'd be willing to bet that you could probably find that up in Canada. But Prell, who is up in Canada right now, might be able to clue us in regards to whether or not Garnier Fructis or Mane and Tail is available in the Canadian area. And I'm not sure if Vanilla Coke Pepsi is here. He is also a Canadian, but he's also a teenage Canadian boy, so he might not have too many opinions on shampoo. And so yeah. And yeah, oh, don't even worry, Colty Devil. Yeah, of course you didn't know that the Prell was a joke. Like that, that's a long-running joke here on this page. And now you're kind of in on the joke. Basically, when someone needs to like wash their mouth out with soap, we say that we're gonna sick the Prell on them. We threaten them with Prell, and it's it's a threat made with love type of thing. So let's see here. So Devin says, your hair has a temper tantrum when you use cheap shampoo conditioner. You used to use Bedhead. It's sale price at $30 for the pair. It smells divine and your hair behaves when you use it. Yeah, sometimes hairs just get really, really stubborn about what they want to have used. I feel really lucky that my hair can handle the ghetto products, because really, Garnier Fructis, I think it's like $4 a bottle. I can afford $4 a bottle. So that is phenomenal. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I have 2 Prell emotes, actually. One of them's a little green dot, and then the other one is the Prell logo. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have access to throwing out my emotes to throw them down. Something is weird on my tack. So, I need to fix that. But it looks like, it looks like Picola T and Prell says that Garnier Fructis is in Canada. Now, Colty Devil is asking, is it good? Good question, and I think that that's subjective. But on my hair, which is fine, dry, and curly, I use Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine, and I love it. It does not stink too much. It doesn't smell like flowers. It does have a light scent, but it's not like overwhelming. And even though it is hydrating, it's not weighty. It doesn't make my hair down. So, you have dark and sensitive skin, so you can't just use any shampoo. Well, first off, I have really sensitive skin, and obviously everybody's skin is different. But the perfumes that they use in Garnier Fructis don't bother my sensitive skin. I obviously cannot promise the same for you, because we know. Now, in regards to your dark skin, and I'm assuming, presumably, the hair that goes with it, I have known plenty of black folk and brown folk who have used Garnier Fructis, and because their hair is of the curlier, drier variety as well, and they say it's actually moisturizing enough for their hair as well. So I'm not sure where you fall in the realm of curly or dry hair, but for this Holly white girl with thin, curly, dry hair, it works. And for some of my friends who have much curlier, thicker, drier hair, it also works for them. So, and the real deal is, they're not very expensive. So if you don't like them, you didn't just throw down $15 for a bottle. At most, you spent $5 for a huge bottle. And chances are you can probably find like little sample bottles, the travel kind, because it's a really common brand, for super cheap as well. So yeah. That's the situation here. Rick, you have a shampoo crisis. The dollar store price is going up to $1.25. I know that it seems laughable, but it's like, oh, it's just a quarter. But seriously, dude, that's a 25% increase. When the dollar store says that it's going to $1.25, that's a 25% increase. That's actually very significant. I know it doesn't seem like it's that significant. It's only 25 cents, but in a relative sense, I mean, it basically, you went from $10 to $12.50. I don't know. Let's see here. So, and where you are sensitive and your skin can react badly to some scents and hair products, you just, Aveda products, you like Aveda products, pretty gentle, but too expensive. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's the whole thing is, sometimes the stuff that works on your sensitive skin is just out of my budget, it's not possible. And, Darlene, you make sure your paraben is, parabens. Yeah, we're going to start over again. Darlene says, I make sure my shampoo is parabens, phthalates, and dyes free. You accidentally came across Suave Professional's almond and shea butter moisturizing shampoo and really like it. Not expensive at all. Yeah, Suave actually doesn't have some bad products. I don't like the scent of a lot of Suave products, which is why I generally avoid them. But I can say that the Garnier Fructis is paraben free, definitely dye free. The phthalates, I'm not positive about. I don't know. But I do know that it's paraben free, and I can say that because I was in the shower earlier today reading the label, and I literally was like, oh, wow, it says it's paraben free. I never noticed that before. So I actually can say with a fair amount of certainty that it's paraben free. Yeah, and let's see here. eMusic, Colty Devil, check out Suave Shampoo and check out eMusic. What you just posted looks like it had a hot link to it. So you're not allowed to post any kind of links, but if you want to like repost that, but instead say, like write out DOT space com, we'll know that meant .com, obviously. So we can see what it was, because I know I can see that you said check out Suave, but then it was check out Stars. I'm not sure what website that was, but wherever that website was, they rate Suave as the best least chemicals. There we go. Yeah, and Suave, Garnier Fructis. I wouldn't be surprised, Mane and Tail. Yeah, those are all so non-specialized brands that, yeah, I'm not at all surprised that they sell those in Canada. And the real deal is, Colty Devil, look, it might not work for you. I'm not gonna make promises that I obviously cannot keep. I've not seen you, I've not seen your hair, and I certainly don't know what your skin is going to say when introduced to these things. But I can say that these experiments that you'll be taking on won't be expensive. And for me, I like to not waste money on things that I then don't end up using. It makes me so frustrated when it's like, wow, I just spent, oh God, what was it? During the pandemic of like last year when things were really hard to get, I ran out of my body moisturizer. And so, and I use Queen Helene's Cocoa Butter Cream. It's $6 for like a 2-pound jar. I mean, it couldn't be cheaper, right? So, and it works great. I love it. Well, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I lamented to the beauty store clerk where I usually bought the cream. Hey, you don't have it. Do you have something similar? She's like, oh, I've got you covered, right? So she gets me this stuff, and it's, okay, now, remember, Queen Helene's Cocoa Butter Cream. It's like a jar that's huge, and it's $6. So she brings me out this stuff, and it looks the same as Queen Helene's Cocoa Butter Cream, or like it might be the same, only it's a jar that's half the size, and it costs $32. $32. 32. 6. 32. So, but you're desperate. My skin was dry. I was itching. I mean, if you've watched me here, I can't stop scratching. My skin is dry. So I brought it home. And I used it because I needed to use it. And it was the worst stuff ever. It stunk. It didn't spread. It didn't melt. It didn't nothing. It didn't moisturize. It just left me feeling like I was coated in Crisco. And man, $32 for an unsuccessful product. I was just super unstoked. I mean, way unstoked, dude. It was not good. So, Culty Devil, we're not going to send you a $32 recommendation, right? You know, this is like a $3 recommendation. That way you can do your experiment. And if it doesn't work, you can throw it away and you won't feel bad about it because it was just a couple bucks. And it looks like Cindy Krause and Love Pat Pat have come in the house as I was ranting about expensive moisturizers that don't work. So there you go. Yeah, we're sitting here talking about moisturizers. We're sitting here talking about shampoos. Everybody's talking about what shampoo they like or what they don't. And yeah, Penel J, I should have just bought Crisco because at least with Crisco, I could have used it to fry some chicken later on if I didn't want to use it for my body butter, right? I mean, at least I could have done that because Crisco doesn't smell like that other stuff does. Shoot, if I could put that other stuff in a frying pan and fry something up, I would, except for it stinks. It's got all the perfumes and everything I don't want, and I don't want my chicken to smell like flowers. I want my chicken to smell like garlic and paprika, right? Right? You use Dove shampoo, it's making your hair worse. Dove, I can't use Dove because of the perfumes. The perfumes are so heavy and scented. It just makes my skin itch. I can't use. If you can handle Dove shampoo, without having your skin erupt or your nose erupt, you probably will be able to handle the Garnier Fructis smell because it's much milder scent. Now, whether or not your hair is going to like it, I cannot argue with that. I cannot tell you what's going to happen with that. But Penella is coming in here. Oh no, Dove's not good. So yeah, we might be able to hit you up. We might be able to sent you a list there to the store to maybe get some good stuff. And herbal essences makes your ears and next to it get hives. Yeah, herbal essences had some really funny shampoo commercials back in the day, but for sure it's so scenty and perfumey. Another one I used to have that would do that is Tresemme. Something in the Tresemme shampoo first off, I hated the smell of Tresemme, right? But this was when I was a teenager living at my parents' house, and I hated the smell of Tresemme. I just, couldn't stand it. But, mom buys the shampoo, so there you go. Well, my forehead was just nothing but zits, like suddenly out of nowhere, which was really bizarre because I wasn't one to have huge amounts of acne and I didn't wear makeup. I didn't, it didn't. And so finally the hairdresser told my mom, that it was most likely the shampoo that was doing it. And I was super stoked about that because I didn't like the shampoo. So my mom got rid of the shampoo and lo and behold, boom, as soon as we switched to shampoo, my acne cleared up. So, yeah, listen to, if you switch shampoos and suddenly you're like itchy in places where you didn't used to be itchy, dude, yeah, it's probably some kind of perfume or whatever. And you just, get rid of it. Get it out of your life. Yeah. So Shock, you love it. You're learning how to pronounce all these shampoo names. Now you can sound like you're a girl who knows what she's talking about. There you go. Yeah, Cindy, you use Cheap Old Suave to wash your hair. Actually, we were talking about how Suave, I don't like the smell of it, but we were talking about how Suave has very little chemicals and for the price isn't a bad shampoo at all for some people. And yeah, I don't know if the squid likes shampoo, but I love that 4-part squid emote, Culty Devil. And earlier today we did I was showing the intro to the Seattle hockey team, the Kraken. And if you are into the underwater tentacled-like things, you might want to Google the intro to the Kraken, Seattle Kraken hockey team their intro is all about the squid of the underseas, and oh my god, it's a really awesome intro. I mean, I'm not even really a sports ball fan, let alone a hockey fan, but good intro is good intro, and the Kraken, they got themselves a good intro for sure. So it's because of the oils getting into the hair follicles, giving it a reaction. Quite possibly. I don't know necessarily, the chemical breakdown of it per se, but everybody's skin has a different reaction to various and assorted things, and so don't force the issue, especially when it comes to something like, I mean, I guess it's like, a $32 bottle of lotion. You might feel obliged to use it because you spent $32 on the bottle of lotion. I didn't. It's still in my cupboard, but you might feel obliged. But when it comes to these cheap shampoos, it's just like, okay, so I tried this one. I don't like it. I spent $4 on a bottle, a 12-ounce bottle. I'll throw that away. Or better yet, even, instead of throwing it away, donate it to a homeless shelter, donate it to, some place in that need, or donate to a food bank. Lots of places need hygiene products. So there isn't really, even if you don't like it, somebody else might. And so by all means, instead of throwing it away, I mean, don't feel bad throwing it away, but if you do feel bad throwing it away, there's other stuff you can do with it. Kenny from the Cove. That's exactly what I would say. Go local sports team or competitive person. Make a score point. That is precisely you're familiar with my cheer. So let's see here. And you've used a Cure shampoo and conditioner. I've never heard of that. It's got a nice scent though, and it didn't bug your skin. Those are important factors. Let's see here. When hair care products contain oil, the oil can find its way to your skin. Once this happens, the oil can clog your pores. Clogged pores can lead to acne. Well, yeah, there was that, but that was the initial assumption about the zits on my forehead. But no matter how much I cleaned, it still didn't end up working. I mean, basically, it was an allergic reaction that once I got rid of the stinky shampoo that I didn't like to begin with, or rather, once my mom got rid of the stinky shampoo that I didn't like to begin with, it was all awesome. So, so awesome. Yeah, cool. So you're a barber, so you've learned all about this stuff. Cool, excelente. See, we've got an expert in the house now. The expert might be offended by the fact that we're touting all these cheap products. I get it. But, sometimes people are poor and they can't go get the fancy pants ones. I think we've all agreed that the fancy pants ones probably are better. But, not everyone has money for the fancy pantsies. So, Colty Devil, shampoo, hockey, sports team. Oh, so it sounds like you've been here from the beginning of the stream. I mean, yeah, there we go. You've covered what we've covered today. The chatter has scattered into many places. We started at hockey and we went through hockey hair, and now we are in hair care products. Yes. And, Terry in Scotland. Yes, I do remember VO5 and Alberta VO5, the hot oil treatment. I never understood what the hot oil treatment really was all about. And then once I got old enough with long enough hair, they kind of like stopped selling it. So I never tried it, but I remember I was always fascinated by those little tubes of oil at the drugstore. I don't know. So let's see here. Okay, so a Cure is fairly cheap, and the clarifying shampoo conditioner was great. Excellent. I don't know if Marianne is still here, but okay, a Cure has a clarifying shampoo that Ann Ware really likes. And when I was telling you about, the mineral deposits with the dry or with the hard water, that's what you probably want to grab, is some kind of little clarifying shampoo for every once in a while. And let's see here. Yeah, it was, exactly. Oh my God, it was basically contact dermatitis from the shampoo. That's exactly it. And Shock is trying to shock Jackanoff, letting him know that she uses mane and tail, which is hysterical, but at the same time so common. Shock, your husband has some kind of Indian hair oil, which is fairly sinky. And Rick and actually this was what started the conversation, was Rick insisting that there's no differences between shampoos. And when he said that, he got threatened with Prell. Yep. Yeah, exactly. And where with the Aveda products that you use, you scrimp and use as little at a time as possible, and you scrape every bit out of the container. Precisely, when you're spending that kind of money, I don't even want to waste one iota of that conditioner. Kenny, you're kind of considering adding turtle wax to your routine. That's funny. Let's see here. So, Devin, you used to use 4 tubes each. It did make your hair real soft, but then it was a great slick on your head after. It didn't get frizzy for a while though. Yeah, I guess that's what it's all about. So, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Rick. See what you started? Yep. Spare him from the Prell. That's right. That is right. Okay. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out and talking about all of the randomness. And we really got a good workout today in regards to our Prell emotes, etc. Super stoked to have the new folks, Colty Devil and Jackanoff, coming in to the house. Thank you guys, the regular Statterbox crew, for welcoming them with open arms. And oh my God, do you remember the Prell ads with the pearl sinking to the bottom? I do, and that is part of the era. The Prell dot that we have for an emote here is literally taken from a vintage magazine during that pearl sinking commercial era. So yeah, Prell has a long history, both in regular advertising and on this stream. So let's see here. Personally, I don't use the expensive shampoo and conditioner. Everybody's different, and my hair feels like crap from the oils. Mom's also a hairdresser, so there's some cheap products out there that do wonders for me. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. We've got a pro who's not pointing and laughing at us. And if he was pointing and laughing at us, that's okay, because we have an emote for that. It's our Nelson from The Simpsons haha emote. And Nelson good-naturedly points and laughs at all of us when we do silly things. But it turns out maybe using cheap hair care products isn't the silliest thing after all. That's right. Shock is throwing down the ha-ha emote. And speaking of ha-ha, we have ha-ha chattered 3 minutes past the bottom of the hour. And so I'm going to wrap this up, because I could get scattered in a completely different direction. And instead of being here for hours, we're going to have to say goodnight. So hope to see you on Saturday for Statterbox at the Cinema. Saturday, Twitch, 6 p.m. West Coast time, 4 p.m. Hawaii time, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. We are, I don't have it in front of me. We're going to be watching the movie Pow Wow Highway. It's a movie from 1989. It's about Native Americans, and it's one of my favorite movies in the world. So if you can join us here, Statterbox at the Cinema, 6 p.m. on Saturday on Twitch, I would love it. We're going to watch Pow Wow Highway. And if you can't hang out to watch the movie on Saturday, we're going to be back on Twitch 5 p.m. West Coast time on Sunday. Sunday 5 p.m. Hawaii time at 3 p.m. And that would be East Coast 8 p.m. for another stream of Chatter with Statter. And that's where we get to hang out and talk about anything and nothing and everything in between. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, you guys. Colty Devil, I hope you get that shampoo that works for you. And I hope if you do, come on back and tell us all about it, because we want to know. All right. Check you later, all. Have a good one.